In this section, we're going to talk a little bit about the word continue. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. An entire section about one little word? Well, the answer is yes, because the word continue, in the context of flying at a tower controlled airport, can be a little bit confusing if you don't quite understand what it's all about. So, without further ado, let's continue with the conversation. You see what I did there, huh? That was pretty clever. No? Yeah.
Chris, we actually had one case here in the safety office where a student they got a little confused on the terminology continue. Can you go
Yes.
ahead and elaborate a little bit on that?
If you're inbound, let's say you call up from AJ or Chandler and Tower gives you a pattern entry, Oxford, whoever, enter right base, runway 4 right. And so you're flying inbound. Most of the time, there's going to be numerous other aircraft in the pattern. So sometimes we'll use the phraseology continue for maybe continue on your downwind. Usually we'll be really specific on the what type of continue. We might say continue upwind, continue downwind, continue present heading, and then we'll give you further instructions. The main thing we're seeing is the confusion on the lineup and wait phraseology when we give an aircraft to line up and wait. So an aircraft's ready for departure, runway 4 right, line up and wait. When we give that phraseology, we're required by our regulations to inform any aircraft within 6 miles of the runway that there is an aircraft that's lining up and waiting on the runway. The phraseology for that is Oxford so-and-so, runway 4 right, continue, traffic holding in position. That's the phraseology. The continue just means continue the pattern entry you were assigned, continue your current path. We're just letting you know that there's an aircraft on the runway, so you're aware of it. It doesn't mean to continue a pattern extension. It doesn't mean that type of stuff. It just means continue what you were last assigned by the tower.
The easiest way to say it is, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. I got a guy on the runway. Just keep on chugging along.
Yeah, it's a good point, right? Because sometimes we'll be on the downwind, right? We'll be told continue downwind, and in that situation, if I get that clearance, continue downwind, are you going to call my base at that point? That's what that means, right? So I don't want to get confused with, hey, continue, and now I think I have to continue down. Those are separate, right? So as you guys have all said, it just means continue with whatever ATC had told you to do. Now, on that point, slightly reversed though, and this is kind of because we're so busy, as you said here, Chris, right? Like we're one of the busiest in the nation. Sometimes you'll be flying in and it'll be dead. There'll be nobody, and it's super eerie, right? Like it's weird. You'll be cleared to land. Let's just say you get cleared to land. Let's say I get cleared to land on like final. I'm just making something up, okay? And I'm literally like the only plane in the pattern or in the airspace. And you're flying, you were told make left traffic. So you're coming in, you're making left traffic. You don't hear anything. Don't worry. They're going to clear you to land. All right. It's just one of those things where you're so used to at that point hearing continue or clear to land on the down. It's okay if you don't. It's not actually wrong if you don't. It's just weird. So I just kind of wanted to point that out because that does happen. And even I'm like, wait, okay. Wait, this is good, right? This is a good thing. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it does happen occasionally for sure.
Yeah.
It's not that often, yeah.